Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another video. They say that a picture says 1,000 words. If you look over my left or my right shoulder, you'll see a picture that absolutely exemplifies that very saying. I'm telling you. Today we got to talk about the psychological warfare. We got to talk about this gun-shaped thermometer that's being pointed at the masses of people who are supposed to be free citizens. We got to talk about it. Do you know what it does to a person's energy to have a gun-shaped item pointed directly at their heads? Do you know how that affects a person throughout the day, having to experience such intrusion? Better yet, do you know the effects of an infrared beam to your brain? Right where your pineal gland is located. Your pineal gland is responsible for releasing melatonin, melatonin is single-handedly one of the most important components to good health. It regulates your sleep patterns, your rest. It literally helps rejuvenate you. So not only do we have civil unrest, it seems that a lot of people are getting physical unrest. You got a few people who actually testified already to the fact that after being scanned by these temperature guns, that they felt fatigue immediately. It's almost like they're trying to strip the life and energy out of us. That's how it seems. Picture that. Not only are they scanning your head with this gun-shaped item, they're scanning your wife's head, your children's heads. Do you know how that affects you psychologically? As a head of household or as a parent? Imagine how the child feels being acclimated to accept such a societal change, because this is apparently the new norm now, and you're going to be seeing a lot more temperature scans coming up. Trust and believe that. Mark my words when I tell you this. Did you know that the infrared beam being scanned on your child's pineal gland actually will affect them more, because their brains have not reached full capacity? They're not developed all the way. All right. And there's a much safer way to actually scan. Actually, they say above the wrist, near the hand, you can scan as well. But they're choosing to scan the head. But I'm going to go to a source today. My source is chuckycheese.com, where a kid can be a kid, right? Keep your kids out of Chuck E. Cheese, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your kids out of Chuck E. Cheese. Stay out of Chuck E. Cheese. Stay away from places of folly right now. Right now, it's a time to be informed, not a time to play. All right? Hosea chapter 4, verse 6 says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." So it's time to be informed. Let's go to chuckycheese.com, right? We're going to go to their health and safety regulations that they got put in place. So, it seems pretty basic, but I'm going to read it because it gets a little bit darker. Gets a little strange, right? Temperatures will be taken, and guests' fever 100 degrees or higher or symptoms of COVID-19 will not be permitted to enter. Now, I want to let you all know that they're scanning you on the way in and on the way out, which I don't know why I should say that is even needed. I mean, what's going to change in the hour or two that you and your family are in there? But they're scanning you on the way in and the way out. All right. Now, face coverings are strongly encouraged as well. For those that don't know, these face coverings and masks are literally restricting your oxygen. It's not by chance that "I Can't Breathe" was publicized on a mainstream level. All right? It's all part of this psychological warfare, stripping the life force and the breath out of people. Wearing a mask restricts your oxygen, ladies and gentlemen. It causes photosynthesis. All right? You need to be able to breathe. Literally, the keys to good health is sunlight and fresh air. So, instead of going into this building with your kids playing around in this closed off building with very few windows and wearing masks inside this building and, going through that whole rigmarole, why don't you just go to a beautiful park? Spend some time outdoors while we still can before wintertime hits. That seems to be more logical in this situation. Now, here's where it gets weird, right? Here's where it gets weird. It reads, a kid's check selfie will be taken instead of our traditional handstand at the kids' check station. So now they got to have a database and a profile with all of our children's pictures plastered on some type of profile, on some type of database where God knows who or what is watching our children. They got to have a database of your children with all these missing children right now, with all that's going on in the world. We don't know who have access to it. We don't know who's hacking this particular site or wherever it's going, because it's going somewhere. Now, it's not about health, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to be straight up with you. This is not about health. It can't be about health. We're talking about Chuck E. Cheese, the same company that have been exposed several times for recycling their pizza. You'll look at one of their pies, it'll have pizzas, it'll have slices of different shapes, and you can tell that they literally have recycled the pizza. We talking about kids who run around, dig up their butt, dig in their nose, go pee on their hands and don't wash their hands. They're taking that same pizza that these kids then played around and picked at, and they're recycling it. That sounds like germ warfare to me. And you telling me that Chuck E. Cheese is keeping a database of children because they are concerned about health? You telling me that these little babies got to get blasted by infrared beams while they walking in and walking out because Chuck E. Cheese cares about the health and welfare of the children? Seems absolutely ridiculous to me. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to be sober and vigilant out here and watch what's going on. No time for folly, no time for games. Stay out of places like Disneyland because they're also doing similar rules and regulations. And plus, you got to understand that these places have been strategically set up as weapons in this day and age. When you're getting on these roller coaster rides at these theme parks and these amusement parks, listen, these rides are weapons. There's been a lot of articles that came out recently about people getting brain damage, being tossed to and fro, getting shaked and rattled on these roller coasters, literally coming off and never the same. People having hemorrhaging going on in their heads. See, don't be too happy to have a good time this summer. Be safe this summer. Be safe. Be in preparation mode for this quote unquote second wave. Stay away from being scammed. And I say that to say this, during this summertime, be prepared. Get all the belongings that you're going to need over the winter before the wintertime even hits, so you don't have to be out there through all of this. All right. Hopefully this video helped you out in your walk and your journey. If it did, make sure you share the video. All right. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, mash that subscribe button because you're going to be getting a lot of valid information here on this channel. Anyway, y'all have a blessed, beautiful day. Thank y'all for watching. If you want exclusive, uncut material before I close, Patreon link there in the description box. With that being said, shalom and peace.